Well, I was canvassing today in LA. While people were trying to watch the Super Bowl, I was trying to knock on their doors and get them to do something that will, better their communities. And, the fact is, they wanted to watch the game. They wanted to watch the game. And the only thing I mean, I have a little bit of knowledge of football because of an ex boyfriend who was really into the Green Bay Packers. But other than that, I really don't care. And I didn't care before him. And I really don't care after him, other than I left that relationship with some knowledge of how this goes. But I've always enjoyed the commercials and the halftime show, but I just didn't have time today. So we're going to do my live react right now to the half show. Let's go. The halftime. Halftime. See, I can't even get the terms right. Let's go. Wait, hold up. It's not actually Compton. They're in Inglewood, which is like right next door to Compton. Um, I have so many thoughts on this, but I don't want to like go into like a spectrum uh, tangent. That's the word I'm looking for. On the fact that Inglewood is not Compton. It's not fucking Compton. Um, but I love that they did this. And so, okay, so let's talk about breaking barriers. I think that, it's incredibly important that we did break these barriers, because the Super Bowl has gone through its ups and downs in regards to its halftime show. Like, they totally canceled everything new and hip when Janet Jackson had a wardrobe malfunction. Fuck's sake. I'll retell that story later. Um, But fact is, you're in LA, so you have a great venue. It's the second largest city in the country, and we have an incredibly huge hip hop rap culture out here. That being said, some of these artists are not from the West Coast. They're not from these areas, but I get what you're doing, and I'm cool with it.
It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E. Yeah. Y'all know what this is. So can y'all make some noise for my man Snoop Dogg? Come on, louder, y'all, louder. Top dog, bottom all, yeah, I'm burning it up. DPGC, go ahead and turn it on up. CPT, LBC, yeah, we hooking back up. And when they bang this in the club, baby, you got to get up. Thug homies, drug homies, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, yo life, boy, we giving it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show.
To make sure that YouTube doesn't fucking block me, I gotta interrupt this once in a while with my fucking commentary, right? So, Eminem's coming up, and I have some thoughts on him. Just hang tight. I'm cool with this. I think that the show was fantastic, but I think they advertised it, or at least the news media has been talking about it in a somewhat disingenuous way. I think that they could have been highlighting the actual barriers that were broken tonight rather than trying to make it something that it wasn't.
Slip my girl a 44 and she crept in the back there with these chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this mother just to swing in my hair. Trick with talking.
Look at the architecture of that set. That looks like a fucking trailer home, right? Totally. The architecture is so fucking rad. They really put a lot of thought into this. Kudos to you, Dr. Dre, and whoever else was like the creative behind this.
Flip walk if you down with the shit. Take a bullet with some and take this dope on this jet. Out of town, put it down for the father of rap. And if you happen to get cracked, shut your trap. Come back, get back. That's the part of success. If you believe in the S, you'll be relieving your stress.
Wait, before we transition to the white boy who raps really well, I'll give him that. But he's definitely not from the fucking East Coast, or I mean the West Coast. He's Eminem. Come on, you're from like Chicago, dude. But uh, oh, I forgot my train of thought. Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg. Crap, I had a thought on the tip of my tongue. I'll come back to it.
It's the one and only D.R.E. Dr. Dre, you little busters. You know I'm riding with.
Oh, yes, I remember. Okay, I think the entire reason that Eminem was included is because I think Dr. Dre, like, either discovered him or produced him, or somebody can correct me on this, but Dr. Dre obviously, like, has some sort of massive connection to Eminem because Eminem dropped his name on, like, his album that really went fucking, wild back in the early aughts. Was it the Marshall Mathers EP? Was that the one? I think that's the one where he said Dr. Dre is dead, which was so weird. Like, a lot of us don't even get what you're talking about, like how that's a joke. How is that a fucking joke? A lot of us were listening to you for your beats and rhyme, but at the same time we were listening to your lyrics and we're like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude?
West Coast, make some noise! Come on, put your hands in the air. Everybody put your hands in the air. Come on, everybody put your hands in the air. Put your hands way up in the air. Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. A state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track is your eardrum like the slug to your chest. Like the best for your Jimmy in the city you say. We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass can be. A place where you never find a dance floor empty. And pimps be on a mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money making machines serving things. I've been in the game for 30 years making rap songs. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 22. They clock me, watch me, diamond shining, looking like a Rob Liberace. It's all good from Diego to the Bay. Your city is the palm if your city get paid. Throw up a finger if you feel the same.
By the way, so we were canvassing all day today, right? I hate to interrupt, but I got to do this for copyright issues, right? What I think a lot of us noticed was not only were we not getting the signatures because they were all watching the game, but they were having really inappropriate house parties in a pandemic. And that was freaking us the fuck out. That they were like, they think the pandemic's over. It's so fucking scary. They're like, oh yeah, we're all going to party and drink and do all this bullshit. But then when we got back to the park and we were checking everybody out and doing our safety protocols and, like, you know, our performance metrics and everything else, there was actually several people in the park, and there was one large group masked sitting around what I can only assume was like a small television or like a tablet or something, and they were all watching the Super Bowl in the park, masked, you know, and trying to get fresh air. And at first I came back to the park and I was like, okay, well, clearly not everybody's into the Super Bowl because there's tons of people in the park right now. But the people who were in the park were actually watching the Super Bowl, but they were doing it in the safest way they knew, fresh air, masked, trying to watch it together with their friends and family. And I was just checking people out, and I said to one of my team lead colleagues, I said, wow, I don't know what they're playing over there, but that's a great playlist. And she's like, that's the Super Bowl halftime show.
We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip the party like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up. It's not your birthday. You're funny in the club. Collar full of bug. My mind got what you need.
Oh, Nelly, are you mincing words right now?
making love, so come give me a hug. You in the getting rough. When I pull up out front, see the being so good. When I roll 20 deep, always drama in the club. Yeah, they heard up with Dre, now they wanna show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you can play me a groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed, hold down, jeez. I see exhibit in the cut, it man, roll up trees. If you watch how I move, you mistake it for a player.
You know, y'all so good. I don't know why you keep deferring to Eminem like he's the white card that's gonna like get this into the Super Bowl. You already fucking made it. Eminem, he's a mixed bag. He's really good. He's good at what he does, and I'm glad that y'all accepted him. But at the same time, he says some really fucking horrible things. He's incredibly abusive against women. He's incredibly abusive against the LGBTQIA community. And he says some really fucking horrible things. And just because he can do it really well tempoed does not mean that y'all need to shout out kudos to this brother. Fuck that dude. I mean, I appreciate his musical abilities, but I hate the words coming the fuck out of his mouth.
With a few shell, but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in LA, they saying 50, you hot. And lately, I want them to love me like they love hot. But I live in New York, the show, they tell you I'm low. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke on. Pulling focus, man. My money on my mind. Got a meal off the deal, and I'm still on the grind. That's all they say, she feeling my style, she feeling my girls are with it, they buy it, they're ready to go. Okay, club. Bottle full of bug, my mind got what you need if you need to fill a buzz. I'm alive with sex, I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug. If you into getting rough, you can find me in the club.
The amazing talent right there was the dancing. You know what that reminds me of, gals? That reminds me of Big Spender. You know, you're creating this persona and you're delivering it so well. Oh,
what do you see?
Sake. Come on.
Do you see a kid from Compton?
Goddamn monetized.
I see a bright future.
Let's go.
Come on, everybody, get on down. Cause you know we got to get it wrong. Mary J's in the spot tonight, and I'ma make you feel alright.
Mary J, I've never seen any thigh highs like that before, and they're fucking amazing. I can't even with you.
Come on, baby, just party with me. Let loose and set your body free. Leave your situations at the door, but when you step inside, jump on the floor. Let's get it crunk. Let's get crunk upon in this dance.
Wait, hold up. Those thigh highs must have cost a fucking fortune because, like, I mean, they had to have been custom. They had to have been custom made because, like, it's so hard to find thigh high boots that aren't made for fucking waifs that are like straight up and down. I can't even get into thigh highs because I have thick calves because of all the dancing I did. And to have it fit any other body shape other than a fucking Stiggy, I mean, oh, Mary J, you must have paid a fortune for those.
Broken heart again, another lesson learned. You better know your friends, or else you will get burned. Gotta count on me, cause I can guarantee that I'll be fine.
Damn straight, girl.
No more pain, y'all. No more games messing with my mind. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. I'm tired of this drama. Go ahead,
Damn girl. Damn girl. That was a thing of beauty. They need to stop making this all about men. Like we can't just have one token woman on the fucking show. Let's go.
All's my life I has to fight. All's my life I. Hard times like bad trips like Nazareth, I'm on one, you on one. God does, we gon' be alright.
I
Oh,
like to
for
get up to
fuck's
30%
sake.
off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
God damn
Mr.
it, with these-
Gronkowski,
Oh,
USAA
you
is for the
guys.
military community and their families. That's what makes us
Where's my
special.
skip
Oh,
ad
but I'm
feature?
special.
USAA,
God damn it,
only
guys.
for the military community.
Do you hear me? Do you feel it? We gon' be alright. Huh? Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be and when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay stub. But I'ma stop you looking at you from the face down. Make a left and leave you boom with the face down. Scheming, let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. But pretty, it's the highlight. Now tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows. 20 years with me, my chef, and tell them all to come and get me. Ripping everything I sold. Come and heavy, no preliminary end on my record. Tell them I'm a gangster and silent for the record. Tell the world I think I'm free. Trying to solve my vice in Sunday. Won't you please believe it now? Won't you please believe it now? When you know we've been hurt down before. When the pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? And we ain't. Wanna kill a dead in the street for show. I'm at the preacher door, knees getting weak, blood might flow. We gon' be alright. 35 summers in the making, stop faking, you forgot about Dre. 35 summers in the making, I'm talking NWA. 35 summers in the making, stop faking, you forgot about Dre. 35 summers in the making, I'm talking NWA.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers acting they forgot about Dre.
Okay, hold up. Is that Kendrick Lamar? Whoever that is up on stage right now, that's the most impactful part of the Super Bowl. That the choreography was fucking beautiful. It was simple and beautiful and so impactful. And the rapping was fucking spot on. It was superb. That so far has been the best moment of. I mean, I'm saying the entire thing is great so far, even though I'm like throwing out things like you don't need Eminem, you don't need this platform, you're already that beautiful. But at the same time, I get you because you fucking want to go mainstream like in a big way so that you can have more success, I guess is the word. But I mean, at the same time, it kind of like, with every raw band, the minute you become too successful. Oh crap! I'm getting stuff. Sorry, I'm getting stuff from like team people who are communicating with me. But the minute that you become mainstream, and this has happened with every small band that became mainstream, is that then you seem commercial and corporate, right? So it's a double-edged sword. Obviously, you're going to make a lot more money, which is, I think, the ultimate goal is to have those successful options. But at the same time, you lose a bit of your edge, and your message becomes a little bit less believable because it becomes corporate. And, this happened to you too. This has happened to swing bands. This has happened to rap bands. This has happened to a lot of people, that the minute you go mainstream, you start losing your edge and you no longer have the movement behind you because all of a sudden the white people are listening to you too, right? Like, that's a reality that once you actually make it big, you lose credibility. And it so sucks. It so fucking sucks. And somehow we have to change the mindset around that. And I don't know, maybe you can do that. Maybe this helped, but I don't know how we get past that in the America that is today, you know?
Comes out when they move the lips, just a bunch of gibberish. Back when they
Hold up. They literally, seriously, Dr. Dre, you gave Eminem like a third of the fucking, more than a third of the halftime performance. It says 938 versus 1440. You gave him more than a third. And he's not from LA. He's a white dude. I mean, okay, I'm sure he has a lot of shit going on in his background and stuff, but LA, I think, is a great venue to break through the barrier, but at the same time, look, he's talented. I get it. Okay.
One shot, one opportunity. Seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Did you capture it? Just let it slip.
Witty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come.
I'm really not excited about the climax being a white dude. I mean, I don't think, I mean, when we're talking about, you know, breaking a racial barrier and finally having a type of music that was discounted for decades. Yeah, my cat's not even happy about this. Discounted for decades because it was associated with black communities to headline the Super Bowl with a white dude. Granted, he is very talented. I will give him that. But he says some really horrible fucking things in his lyrics. I mean, I'm not saying that some other rap artists don't also say incredibly horrible things. But if we're advancing a style of music, that style of music should have been led by the black community, in my opinion. And I mean, is this a statement on acceptance that you're... I just don't even get it. I don't get what... Like, I think you should have just highlighted him for a couple seconds in the beginning and then, like, really headlined with, like, one of the top black rappers. That's my opinion. You know,
He's joking now. Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over.
you know, I'm going to go a step further on this bullshit because I really feel like this was playing up to what you perceive to be an incredibly, like, white, racist Republican audience.
Mobile home, that's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment out. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. Only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself.
I don't know if y'all just caught that, but he's lip syncing. He pulled his He pulled his microphone away at the same time that his sound voice was still going through the sound. He's lip syncing. I'm gonna play this back.
You got a voice, Molly. Use
Of course,
it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone.
Of course, I got an ad. Yeah, I went too back. I went back too far. No, I did not. I'm at 11:17. He started somewhere around 9. Watch it. Hold up. No. There was, he said it at the same volume, same texture. What the hell with my cat, dude? He's got food, he's got water. He has an open door. Mm. There, right there. Did you see that? Right there. Right the fuck there. You lost your one shot to blow. That sound quality, the sound quality in that was exactly the same as what he was doing. And it's very, very difficult. I would say near impossible to accomplish the same level of sound quality. He's lip syncing. Not to mention there's effects on his voice. That's not his actual voice. His voice has effects. Now, I think that you can actually do that with various controls through the soundboard, but the sound level quality on what I just heard was near identical, if not identical. And I've seen artists lip sync before, and we know this happens because of What's Her Face that was on SNL, and she had a big reveal because they didn't line up her track appropriately. We know this fucking happens. Look at him. What the hell is that shit? What's going on there right now? Is he trying to be like, oh, I'm so grateful to perform at the Super Bowl? This dude is so fucking rich. He could totally do any venue he wants. Or is he like, I'm so glad I got through this, even though it was fucking lip synced? Well, thank you. I'm so glad we didn't conclude with Eminem. Holy shit, even. Nice.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E.
Guess who's back?
I see you still doing it. Beat, make some noise for Dr. Dre.
It's still Dre Day. AK. Though I'm gone, I can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. Our homie, the last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say rap changed. They wanna know how I feel about it.
You ain't up on fame.
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Pumping my leaves, still touching the beats.
Okay, I like the way they wrapped this up because they made it like they were telling a story. Because they brought in both Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre at the end. So they're like wrapping it up like it's a story. Like we just told you the story of Rap America. And we really focused it on LA because LA is the venue right now. Which is a great venue for doing this sort of breakthrough exercise. But it just wasn't. You guys need to rethink Eminem. That's all I'm saying. He's really good, but you got to find a different place for him in this movement. One where he's not representing you, but he's representing the style of music. You know what I mean? Like he's representing the skill level, but not representing your message.
Still not loving police. I still rock them khakis with a dump in the crease. I still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beast bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change.
Still, I'm representing for them gangsters all across the world.
And still,
Hitting them corners in them lolos, girl.
and still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the
I'm
DRE.
representing for them gangsters all across the world.
And still,
Hitting them corners in them lolos, girl.
still taking my time to perfect the beat.
By the way, the choreography is pretty solid. It's not Paula Abdul solid, but it's pretty solid. Did y'all reach out to her? Because she's pretty good at this shit.
And I still got love for the streets.
It's the DRE.
National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show. After the game, go to NFL.com/SBLVA to watch.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's my take on the halftime show in real time. Because I only watched about like a couple minutes of it before I actually played it for this screen record. But I get what they're trying to do with it, but I think that some of the messaging was off the mark a bit, because they're still sort of pandering to, in my opinion, they're still pandering a bit to the white supremacists of this nation by lifting up Eminem, in my opinion. I don't think you need a white token dude to try and be like, accept us. I just don't see that because Eminem says so many fucking horrible things. I don't think he's a good mouthpiece for this movement. 2 cents.